I'm Stefano Mandrioli, chef at Accademia Barilla. The recipe that we're now going to present is barilla sedani with porcini, mushrooms, and shellfish. A recipe that contains flavors of the sea and flavors linked to the earth in perfect balance. Our ingredients will be clams, washed and scrubbed, mussels, porcini mushrooms, extra virgin olive oil, and parsley. Let's begin preparing our ingredients. So we'll start with the mussels. Cleaning mussels is a very simple, very quick process. We'll remove the beard like this. That's it. Our mussels are ready. Now we'll continue with the preparation of our porcini mushrooms. We clean them simply by removing the soil. So initially, with a paring knife, we'll remove the most soiled, hardest part of our porcini mushrooms. We can also use a potato peeler. Never wash mushrooms, especially porcini mushrooms. The important thing is to have beautifully firm mushrooms that are not too porous. I'm cutting the mushrooms in half, and then we're going to slice them into small strips. The stalk might be a little harder than the cap, so we'll try to dice it this way, and perhaps we can slice the cap into longer pieces.
E la cappella magari possiamo tenerla un taglio più esteso.
In this case, we're going to add our mussels with our clams shelled. So we turn on the heat. And add a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil. I'll wait until it heats up. Meanwhile, we can peel our garlic. In this case, we'll leave the garlic whole so it doesn't overpower the flavor of the porcini mushrooms and the flavor of the fish. Perfect. Our oil is at the right temperature. Let's proceed with our clams. Peppered to flavor, our clams will open once they absorb the heat. Okay. In the meantime, we can leaf through our parsley, which was washed. As soon as the clams open, we turn them over and return our skillet to the heat. We'll also add another drizzle of extra virgin olive oil like this. We'll take our mussels and do the same thing. At this point, we're ready to cook our barilla sedani rigati in a large pot of boiling water, salted, of course, with a small handful. Now we're going to let it dissolve for a second. Meanwhile, our mussels are opening. Okay, our sedani rigati will take 12 minutes to cook. The time needed to complete our recipe has elapsed, so we'll go ahead with the parsley. We're doing fine. We'll take our clams and place them in a container and shell them this way. When they've cooled. That's enough. We turn off the heat for the mussels, which have already opened. Perfect, the same thing. We shell our mussels and get ready to prepare our sauce.
Andiamo a preparare il nostro sugo.
We turn on the heat,
Accendiamo.
add a bit of extra virgin olive oil, like this, and a whole clove of garlic, and we're going to let it absorb some heat. Okay, our garlic is starting to sizzle, and at this point, it's time to add the stalks of the porcini mushrooms.
I porcini.
We're going to season them for flavor. We add salt and a little pepper. Okay. As you can see, they begin to caramelize and acquire color to give our dish visual appeal. We put in the caps and add our mussels and clams like this. It is very important to remember to remove the garlic, which will have already released some of its flavor. Okay. Give it a pinch of salt, and we'll taste our pasta. It's almost done, as in almost 10 minutes of cooking time. It still needs 2 minutes, but we're going to drain it anyway so it can bind, using the starch released by the sedani with our sauce. The longer we let the pasta stay in our skillet, the creamier it'll become, bound by adding a ladle of water. We turn up the heat. Add a little pepper, oil, and parsley at the end. And wait for our dish to become creamy and homogeneous.
Diventi cremoso, omogeneo.
Okay, we're ready to plate. We'll take our plate and give one last shake of the skillet. We can also use a ladle. We'll finish with extra virgin olive oil, some freshly ground pepper, our raw porcini mushrooms, and if we want to add a hint of color or some contrast, a little parsley. Now our Barilla sedani with porcini mushrooms and shellfish are ready, a dish that is rich in flavor, that we've balanced beautifully. We'll pair it with a Gran Rosato from Alto Adige. And now Barilla wishes you buon appetito.